Hello, my name is Mike Poliquin, and this is Marketing by Poliquin. Today we're going to talk about the Pareto principle, or as you may know it, the 80-20 rule. In 1906, Vilfredo Pareto observed that 80% of the land in Italy was owned by 20% of the population. He then discovered that 80% of the peas in his garden came from 20% of the plants. He then became obsessed with this phenomenon. It was then applied to many processes. For an example, a marketer may be interested to know that in the United States, 80% of the population is in 20% of the states. U.S. population is approximately 327 million people. So 80% live in 20 states, from number 1 of California, which has almost 40 million people, down to number 20, Wisconsin, that has almost 6 million people. As I studied and taught international marketing and business, I noted some of the same trends. Why are there Mercedes-Benz dealers in Madagascar? It is a mostly underdeveloped country, but 80% of the total wealth of the country is held by only 20% of the population. That is, 20% can certainly afford to buy luxury cars. Through metrics and research, you can identify the 20% of customers that contribute 80% of company profits, or 80% of outcomes come from 20% of effort. Knowing which customers are in that 20% helps you make sure you are really looking after them. You can understand why they buy from you in such a way that they are a profitable part of your customer base. You can then use that information to go out and find other customers with similar traits. With that information, you can gradually build up the number of profitable customers and reduce the number of less profitable accounts. Raw numbers of population make proving this principle straightforward. In sales and marketing, it is influenced by the metrics. Can you prove that 80% of revenue or profits come from 20% of your customers? Is it possible to prove that 80% of marketing and advertising results come from 20% of the marketing effort? The problem is that marketing and communication results are difficult to measure. Let's think about a situation. You launch a sales promotion campaign and your products sell very well. At the same time, there was a great improvement in the economy. Also, one of your direct competitors has experienced logistical problems and could not deliver their product to retail stores. How would you know if your sales promotion campaign was effective and contributed to the results? Was this an anomaly? How does it impact Pareto? So, Pareto is not infallible. To be reliable, it requires dependable metrics and measurements. Pareto has little scientific basis, but it invites you to analyze how productive your marketing effort is. It often leads to some interesting and useful insights and where you should be focusing your efforts. Thank you. See you next time.